Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. The $1 million 24-karat gold bike. Let's explore it. Yes, because it's an item. It has got thick, knobby tires. Look at this thing. Crazy. Check this sucker out. Huge, big gold bike. And we're going to talk about it here in this article that comes to us from AutoEvolution.com and shared with me by Doctor Who. World's most expensive bicycle is still the $1 million Gold Extreme mountain bike. I actually referenced this in the video early last year. And as the saying goes, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Pursuers of the finer things in life, especially believers that everything gold is a perfect way to show worth, status, and style, need not apply, though. And here, for them, there are always designers like Hugh Power and his House of Solid Gold to deliver exactly what they're looking for. That would be everyday objects either made of solid gold or plated with the precious metals, from dice to sipping straws and toothpicks. And Snoop Dogg had one commission, but they didn't talk about a gold guitar pick. And I'll actually put a link to it in the end screen of this video. I purchased a 24-karat gold guitar pick. Snoop Dogg had one of those toothpicks commissioned, reading glasses and footballs, and even a fat tire bike. It's only that last item on the list that interests AutoEvolution.com to this very day, the world's most expensive bike. $1 million. It's commonly known as the Gold Fat Bike, but this full name is the Beverly Hills Edition 24K Gold Extreme Mountain Bike. It's the creation of the aforementioned Power and his Beverly Hills-based jewelry design studio, House of Solid Gold. The bicycle was actually introduced in late 2013 to great fanfare and rode several news cycles well into 2015. Power's plan was, first and foremost, to find a buyer for what he so aptly described as a humongous piece of jewelry. The same plan also includes 12 more similar bikes as part of a 13-item limited series that would find very rich and very eccentric owners. See, the bike was estimated at $1 million, and Power promised he would donate more than 80% of all the money raised to charity. As a side note, this is the heart of the showbiz we're talking about. Charity means a different thing here. The donations would have gone to nonprofit The Way to Happiness Foundation International, which claims to work towards halting moral decay by spreading the word of the Church of Scientology, more or less. So essentially a cult. And actually I agree with that. The gold fat bike stood out and continues to do so from other gold or gold-plated objects by the fact that every bit of it was covered in it. Everything from the wheels to the crank, the pedals, the brake rotors was plated in pure 24-karat gold and certified. What was not gold on the bike was other premium materials like alligator leather on the seat, stingray skin, and the water bottle, and the fine Italian red leather accents on the rims. What was neither gold or leather on the bike was precious stones. Power created a House of Solid Gold logo for the bike out of 600 diamonds, weighing 6 carats in total, and 500 golden sapphires weighing 4.5 carats, which represented an outstanding piece of jewelry in itself. Further customization was added by means of a signature piece of 24-karat gold at the back of the head tube with the signature of the artist. The bike was created with input from Extreme Alaska Race Itoto Bike founder Dan Bull and Sakyun Chun of Velaworks. It took no less than 750 hours to build. Much fuss was made about how every component had been electroplated in the United States and how, despite all the gold on it, the fat bike was still functional and still able to be ridden hard. If you dared take it on an extreme ride after paying $1 million for it, that is. If you didn't, you could always use it as a showpiece So it came with a matching gold-plated stand for display purchases. And we can see a picture of the bike with the stand there. Let's take a little closer look at that. There it is. Wow, interesting indeed. Underneath all that gilded shine is actually a Salsa McLuck XL21 fat bike, often described as the ultimate exploration fat bike. It featured a Salsa Fargo fork, a Cell SMP Pro Ricamata seat customized, Shimano SLX cassette, Shimano 10-speed XTR Shadow Plus derailleur, Shimano Alavo cranks, Avid ball bearing disc brakes, and Surly wheels. The water bottle was a clean canteen, so I guess those are very quality parts, I assume. Proving the accuracy of the saying mentioned in the first paragraph, despite the hubbub around the bike, it never sold. Power passed away in 2015, and his son inherited what had become his father's biggest and flashiest and most expensive gold creation. Chances are the gold bike exists to this day, and it retains the dubious distinction of being the world's most expensive. It emerged at auction again in late 2020, when, according to Pink Bike, it was donated to charity and relisted for $1 million. Benefits should have gone to the Institute for Education Research and Scholarships and the Personal Efficiency Foundation, but there's no word on whether it's sold or not. And we can see a detail of the wheel assembly. Powers was convinced that if you make something out of gold, a buyer will appear, no matter how expensive that thing was. There's so much money out there, they're looking for places to spend it, he once said. You always remember who gave you the gifts of gold. As it turns out, gifts of gold may be memorable, but not always desirable. And what we don't know, and we've not found out here, and I can't remember if it was mentioned in the prior video, but how much gold is on it. We're going to actually take a look here at some of these photos, because it was plated, but as you know, gold electroplating can be done very thinly. And so there may not be that much gold on here. Could it be even an ounce? It may not even be a whole ounce of gold on this thing. I just don't know. Gold-plated this, gold-plated that. You can find gold-plated things everywhere. You can find gold-plated fake gold. And so this is the piece that is encrusted there with all those jewels and the like. But I don't know exactly how much gold is in on that. So that is the thing of concern here, is how thick is that gold plating? How much does it weigh? There's a lot of gold shining on this, but if there's not a lot of gold on it as far as the weight of the gold, then hey, I wouldn't pay that much for it either. I mean, good grief. You can gold plate anything and buy it cheap these days. It's crazy. Let's take a look at a few more pictures here. There's the handlebars. I mean, it's a beautiful bike, no doubt about it. There's fat tires, bottle holder, the seat, leather seat, and there's the logo there on the bike. It's very nice, but I don't know that it's worth $1 million. What do you think? Post your thoughts in the comment section below. I like to do stories like this from time to time, and Doctor Who knows that. That's why he sent it to me. I think it's quite fascinating and intriguing how gold makes headlines. I think it's a good thing when it does, because that means that we are certainly in a position to be able to educate people on gold, and people see that gold does have value. Gold has value that is long-lasting, and so therefore it is exciting to see something like this make the news and see how expensive it could be. Although in this case, just because you gold plate a bike, even if it's made with the greatest parts, does not mean it's worth $1 million. Nor should you overpay for gold or silver coins. Always shop around, find the best deals out there no matter what it is, even if it's a collector coin. And with collector coins, you will pay a higher premium, but you don't have to pay the highest price either. It's always good to shop around. So there you have it. I'll stick with the pure gold, not something that could potentially scuff, fall down on while riding it. Yes, indeed. I think I'm just going to stick with gold coins and bars. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video. and to encourage you to please rate, please share, and then comment after all of that, and then even after all of that, if you don't mind, if you haven't done so already, subscribe.